Hey everybody, welcome back to Sitka Stage and Screen News. I'm your host, Natalie Joy. We are so happy to welcome September and have you all back in the studio. We missed your energy so much. We want to send all of our best luck and pixie dust to our Disney class who's headed down to Disneyland this week. Keep an eye on our social media if you want to stay up to date on what they're doing down in California. We had so much fun at September Movie Club. We talked about practical magic. Stay tuned for October's Movie Club. We'll be watching something spooky. Get your smiles ready. Our studio-wide Headshot Day is coming up Sunday, October 27th and Monday, October 28th. Keep an eye on your portal this month because there's lots of no class days, including the Disney trip, Thanksgiving, and Halloween. A little bit of housekeeping. Make sure that you're checking the lost and found. It's starting to pile up a little bit, and make sure that you're bringing a clean pair of indoor shoes for all of your classes. Now over to Hussar to see what's playing at the Sid Williams Theatre.
It is Hussar El-Ghussein with you for Sitka Stage and Screen News. As you know, fall is finally here, and along with the falling leaves and comfort soups, it's gonna be a really fun time over by the Sid Williams Theatre. First show to check out is Dracula, Nightmare of the Dead. Set a recreation of Bram Stoker's classic. You will see a plot that goes through a graveyard, a shipwreck, a castle, and so much more. A female Van Helsing is going to be a part of the show, and local actors are in this production, so grab your tickets now. First show's October 6th, and they're going to run the show through to October 6th. And now from Dracula to a show with most certainly the razzle and dazzle. It is Cabaret. Set in 1920s Germany, you get to see an American writer fall for an English singer. There will be romance, the master of ceremonies, and so much more, all happening within a very significant period in that country's history. You can grab your tickets now. First show is October 16th. Name's the Psalm. Back to you, Natalie.
Thanks, Hussar. Now over to Mary with her brand new segment, Sitka Spotlight, where we're going to learn a little bit more about Josh.
Hello everyone, we are here live with Josh Longhorn for our Sitka Spotlight, where we interview people in our Sitka community and see what they're up to and learn a little bit more about their story. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's exciting that you're here. So to kind of just start off, why don't you tell everyone, all the fine folks, where you're from and what is your job title here at Sitka?
Right. Originally, I am from Alberta. It's a small town called Kitscoty.
Oh.
Yeah. I grew up there 11 years, and it's a small town of like 500 people, so like really small town vibes.
Whereabouts in Alberta is that?
It is 3 hours east of Edmonton. If you know where Lloydminster is, about 40 minutes.
I sure do.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm also from E-Town, so
Really?
yeah, we're Alberta friends.
Yes, we are.
That's fun.
And I was born in Lloydminster, so technically I'm from Saskatchewan.
On the Saskatchewan side.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
funny how that works. And I'm an instructor here at Sitka. I'm teaching tap.
Wonderful. That's excellent. And where did you receive your training as a tap dancer?
I started tapping in Kitscoty long time ago. I took like 1 or 2 years there, and then eventually when we moved here to the Valley, I had a hiatus for a little while. I was inspired to take up tap once again after I started getting serious in my musical theater performing.
Okay.
And so I am a current student at Pentuso School of Dance, and my instructor is Lindsay Stirk. I've been with him for 3 years now, and I started in the intermediate class, but he very quickly bumped me up into the advanced classes because I have a natural talent for tap.
Okay, and can you tell the people who are watching what like a natural talent for tap is?
Yeah, so it's just kind of rhythmic feeling. Like I am really good at counting music. I have that ear for things, and I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So the steps will come naturally, and I don't have to like overthink it. I don't have to analyze it. I can just watch someone tap and learn it.
Wow, what an amazing gift to
Yeah.
be able to just process that and then do it. That's incredible.
Mhm.
So Josh, you mentioned that aside from tap, you're also into musical theater. Have you done any other dance disciplines as well?
Yes, I'm a multidisciplinary student, so
Mhm.
I specifically will do tap and jazz, as those two kind of fit into the musical theater realm quite well.
Yeah.
But I'm also taking a lyrical class, and I'm taking a Broadway jazz class, and I'm looking at taking ballet because I need that foundation still to
Right.
like keep me solid. But
Josh, can you tell me about your most recent dance performance? And what
Do you-
was that like for you?
do you want it being musical theater, or do you want it specifically with dance? Like,
Dance specifically. Yeah.
okay. So, in May, I performed in Pantuso Groove, just a year-end performance.
Mhm.
I had 3 performances. I had 3 numbers in that performance, and it is such a wonderful way to spend a year building up this routine with these amazing adult dancers
Mhm.
at Pantuso, and coming together and just performing and loving every minute of it,
Mm.
because we spent so much time building this together. And
You're an ensemble.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, no one is like center stage. Some people might have solo moments and stuff like that, but we're building this together.
Mhm.
And the adult community at Pantuso and the dance community in the valley
Mhm.
is such an amazing community. Like these people really make it special,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't want to be doing it if it was like a bad, like a
Right.
bad experience.
Right.
But these people make it so much easier, and they make it so lovely, and there's so much talent
Mhm.
here in the valley. Like, oh,
That's incredible. It sounds like a really positive community.
yeah.
Everybody's for everyone. What did you learn from your last performance, just specifically for you as an artist?
Breathing.
Okay.
It is the most important thing that you could ever do while on stage.
Can you elaborate on that?
If you don't breathe, you can't think, is a
Mhm.
good way to think about it, right?
Mhm.
And it helps ground you and keep your energy usable rather
Right.
than getting into that fight or flight response, right?
Okay.
So, like, the excitement level can be here.
Yeah.
But your breathing and your focus has to be above it.
Right.
And if you're in that fight or flight response, the excitement just goes up and up and up with the adrenaline, and then you just end up falling apart, right?
Has that ever happened to you on stage before in front of a live audience? Can you share a moment where things didn't maybe go quite as you had planned?
Yeah, absolutely. I did a show it would have been October of last year.
Mhm.
And one of my fellow actors didn't deliver the right line. Thankfully, I have 5 years of improv experience, having done
Ah.
CIG with Laurie Mazie at Vanier. So I was able to kind of improvise lines in order to get us back on track. But it's that one moment where they say something that you're not expecting, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Time to pivot, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and you got to think quickly on your feet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Because the audience can't know,
Mhm.
right?
Right. You have to let them just keep enjoying what's happening and not get off track.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So I would like to know a little bit more about your favorite performance as a dancer. Something that really stands out to you.
Yeah. My favorite performance was one of our numbers last year. It's so hard to pick between them. They're all so special for like their own
Different
reasons.
reasons, yeah.
I'm gonna say our hip hop dance.
Oh.
Yeah. We all just brought it, and every time we performed it, everyone just loved it, because
Mhm.
it's these adults who are just showing the kids like, oh my god, we can still dance too, guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was like you were inspired by inspiring others.
Yeah. And that's really the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to, like, when I'm teaching people, I don't want to teach people to be good tap dancers. I want to teach people to be inspired to continue the craft,
Mm,
right?
That's beautiful. That's really nice because it gives someone like personal satisfaction in what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's lovely. I love it. So how many hours per day or per week do you spend practicing tap?
I have a 2-hour class once a week, and we will spend probably an hour, sometimes 2 hours outside of class time together, and then I will, on my own time, spend 30 minutes to another hour practicing.
And do you have one of those like wooden boards in your home that you like clickety clack on and your
I
neighbors
used
are like,
to.
what's going on? Okay.
Yeah, I used to. I'm sure my landlord loves me for not using one right now, but I do just tap on my own floor, and I've destroyed so many pairs of socks.
Oh wow.
Yeah, putting them over your tap shoes, it makes it a lot more slippery,
Yes.
but it dampens the sound and doesn't injure your floors.
Oh, that's a little insider tip there.
Yeah, be careful if you do that.
I just have a couple last questions here for you, Josh. And one is, what do you like to do when you're not dancing?
When I'm not dancing, I typically will be rehearsing for shows.
Okay.
Because I spend a lot of time trying to hone my skills. Outside of any performance aspect, I rock climb.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. What do you like about rock climbing?
For me, it's like a functional way to exercise. Like, it's still building a skill and still getting stronger.
Okay.
It's kind of the thing that drew me to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was also just another thing that I was naturally good at because I am very flexible and weigh basically nothing. So I could like throw myself up the wall so easily.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's awesome. And my last question, Josh, if you were a dance step, which one would you be and why?
Oh, the why is going to be the hard part. I I do really enjoy doing my second time steps.
Okay.
They are funky and groovy, but they can be fit into a lot of different routines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you just physically demonstrate that so we can hear what that sounds like? That is actually very satisfying. That's amazing.
Right?
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you very much for having me.
That is fantastic. And just to like finalize everything, let's say there's somebody watching and they really want to try tap, but maybe there's like a little bit nervous or intimidated. What advice would you give for them to just come on in and try it?
Tap is one of those disciplines of dance that you can learn a lot easier after the fact.
What does that mean?
You don't have to have the strongest, like, you don't have to be the ballerina who has the strongest legs to build up that foundation. All you need is to be free and to let go and just enjoy the music. And you'll be able to tap if you can do that.
Okay, so if you just come in with a good attitude and a willingness to try.
Yeah, and a willingness to let yourself be not as successful as you wanted to be, because you will learn. It's about repetition.
Right. Repetition is a huge motor of learning.
Absolutely.
That's incredible. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to come down and try tap with Josh, you can register on the Sitka Stage and Screen website or give us a call and come and try it. It'd be really great to see you all here. Thank you, Josh, for coming in, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary. Wow, Josh, I didn't know you knew how to rock climb. Now over to Tricia with a community character.
Hello, and welcome back to Community Characters. My name is Tricia Spooner. Community Characters is all about getting to know individuals from the community here in the Comox Valley just a little bit better. Today, my guest is local and relatively new to acting, Simon Easterman. Simon, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Good. Simon is a longtime singer and musician, starting in middle school and then picking it up again about 10 years ago when he joined a Vancouver-based choir. After moving to the Valley, he continued his passion and joined Vocal Minority. Right?
Indeed.
Good. I mentioned that you are new to acting. Your current role is that of Dracula. in Dracula, Nightmare of the Dead, presented by Courtney Little Theatre, taking place at the Sid Williams Theatre, October 2nd to 26th. Or sorry, excuse me, 2nd to 6th. That would be a long running.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah.
All right. Can you tell our viewers how you got involved in the performing arts?
Well, so at school you do it because that's what's going on at school, but then there was a big hiatus, I guess, in my adult life, and it was just meeting the right people and people suggesting that or inviting me to do something. Really, the choir I joined in Vancouver was a lefty protest choir called Solidarity Notes that my partner Bridget joined because an old colleague of hers was in it, and that was my re-entry into performing music after all that time away, and then through a personal link, through that experience, when I moved to the Valley, I ended up meeting Wendy Nixon Stothard, who runs Just in Time Choirs, and she invited me to join Vocal Minority. And then through there, it's all been meeting people, because Comox Valley is such a great community of performing artists who are so welcoming and encouraging. And so, yeah, it's been one introduction after another.
Very good. What productions have you been in here in the Valley?
Well, we've done lots of
For the performing arts.
for performing arts.
On stage.
Well, apart from the choir on stage, I was in Rocky Horror Show a few years ago for Three Legged Dog, and then also for them, with them, Into the Woods and Spamalot, and then Dracula now, which is very exciting.
Very excited to see you in that. So I also understand that you were involved in a few other art activities here in the Valley. Can you tell me a bit about them?
Well, again, with mates from choir, we formed a little band, and we've been playing a few gigs. We're playing Beer Fest in about 4 weeks' time at Native Sons Hall, and then we have a few, occasional gigs lined up, and that's really wonderful fun. And then the choir is a continual big commitment. We work really hard over several months for each concert.
And you're the chairman of the Just in Time
I'm the
Council.
chairman of the council as well. The Just in Time is the umbrella organisation. We have 3 choirs, and I guess across them about 100 people, 100 singers. I'm part of the council of very hard-working, very committed and involved people.
I know a few of them. So yes, you guys certainly have your hands full.
Yeah.
Okay, so as part of Community Characters, I ask each guest the same 5 questions.
Right.
Okay. And the intention is just to get to know you a little bit better. You ready?
I am.
Okay. What is your favorite thing or place to visit to do here in the Valley?
Yeah, starting with something hard. It's a difficult choice. But I would say, the mountain bike trail network up in Cumberland is just brilliant. And I've spent, if you look at hours spent having fun in the Comox Valley, for me, that's definitely number 1. Yeah,
Yes.
I really love it.
I do see you commuting on your bike from time to time. Can you describe your earliest memory about being involved in the arts?
That's a lovely question, because it's not something I've necessarily thought about. It would be doing plays at primary school. I remember doing one it was something to do with the United Kingdom, and I went to a Church of England primary school, and all the saints, Patrick, Andrew, George, and the other one, were in, and I was St. Patrick, and I did what I thought was an Irish accent, and then later on, my dad, I remember him proudly saying at the dinner table when we had people around that I sounded exactly like Ian Paisley, who was leader of the Unionist party.
Apparently the Irish accent is very hard to do if you're not Irish.
Well, there you go. It was that sweet spot when you're a kid and you're picking up language still, and so accents, you hear it and you do it. Nowadays, yeah, it's a lot more difficult. It's my old brain.
Yeah. Do you recall if there was someone or something in particular that was most inspirational to encourage you first get involved?
Well, again, it's the people, and my now good friend Wendy, gave me the opportunity to be in vocal minority, which is an audition choir, and we have like some amazing singers, and so to be able to sing with them and feel, not out of place and encouraged and nurtured as well. That's really, and but the same goes for everyone else I've worked with in the Valley. Really, it's all about the people who give you the chance and some pointers and set you on your way.
Very encouraging.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay, now this is the tough question. Can you share something with us that most people wouldn't know about you?
Okay, I don't know. I hesitate to say this because I'm not into it so much, but I was a knitter for quite a while. I made a lot of hats for friends and family, and made a couple of jumpers and a couple of couch and sweaters.
Wow, that's impressive.
So yeah, well, you haven't seen them.
Oh.
But doing this actually is what's taken my time away from
knitting.
From knitting. Yeah. So,
you'll have to be in a play where you are a knitter.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Put that as your special skill.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, do you have any advice that you would like to share to those who might be a bit hesitant to get involved in the community here in the Valley?
Yeah, it's interesting that, because I probably would have liked to have done this when I was, in my teens, but I just didn't really have the confidence, and was probably scared of looking a bit silly and everything. And now I'm doing it for real. I'm really enjoying it. So I guess I would say, like, my advice would be just jump in and have a go, and don't worry what people think, because they pretty much always will be more complimentary than you expect them to be.
Yes.
So have a go.
Yeah. And everybody has your back.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Everyone wants everyone to succeed. So it's a collective thing, isn't it? Yeah. So,
well, thank you so much, Simon, for joining me today as one of our community characters.
Thank you for having me.
It was great getting to know you a little bit.
And you.
Providing some inspiration to those that are looking to get involved. And I wish you all the joy in your endeavors.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So don't forget to go see the live performance of Dracula, Nightmare of the Dead at Sid Williams Theatre, October 2nd to 6th. There's a link below or in the notes. And this is Tricia Spooner. Until next time.
Thanks, Tricia. Can't wait to catch Dracula. Well, that's all I have for you this month. I'll catch you next month on Sitka Stage and Screen News.